3, 2, 1.
The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of WSTU Digital 1450. The opinions expressed are those of the program hosts and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julia Sansevere.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Martin County Difference, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Stuart on a rainy evening. Just come through some showers. We're on WSTU 1450 AM on the radio, and we're live streaming simultaneously on WSTUtv.com on the internet, and Facebook Live at its own page, the Martin County Difference. So welcome to all my Facebook listeners and lookers, because we're on camera. And after the show, you'll find the show on YouTube and on iTunes as a podcast, all at the same time, all of the same name, different times, that's right, anytime. But it's the Martin County Difference, and it's Wednesday, October 18th, 2017. Hello, Frank.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I am so excited to be here.
Is this a special day, by the way?
Well, I'm getting to that, darling. It's a very special day. It's a very special night and day, all day long, because it's my husband Richard's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Richard.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Richard. And he is here helping me do this show, and I could not do it without him. So you know I'll be taking him out to dinner afterwards. He's my radio crew. Frank, you can come too, have a little dessert with us.
Thanks.
But thank you, Richard. I love you so much. You are wonderful, and I really couldn't do this without you. We did television together back in the day in New York at NBC. So this is a fun thing for us to be able to bring a little light and diversity into people's lives with the Martin County Difference. It's a radio show with a heart. I'm Julia Sansevere, your host. I'm a realtor here in Stuart in the Treasure Coast with Coldwell Banker. And in fact, as the lady says, introducing the show, I'm your dancing realtor, because I was in the last year's cast of Dancing with the Martin Stars. And that was so much fun. That's a big event that is put on by Martin County Healthy Start Coalition. And they are one of the finest organizations here on the Treasure Coast, because they make sure that all babies are born healthy. And that's an important thing. Healthy babies equals healthy citizens growing up in a healthier community. So I raised a lot of money. I still like to say, it was over $38,000.
Yes.
Right.
You're still number one in my book.
In your book, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I got eked by, like Joan Rogers last night. We had an event for the Martin County Realtors.
Yeah.
And she got eked by as the champion by Dan Brady. Congratulations, Dan. But now she knows what it feels like. It's like you think you're in the head, but it's okay. It was a cool experience. I encourage anyone out there.
A mirror ball trophy out of it anyway.
I did, runner-up. And,
Yes.
and thanks to Aubrey Campbell and Healthy
Yes.
Start Coalition, they did that because they felt so sorry for me. But anyway, no, it was a really great experience. And I just loved doing it. I loved everybody who helped participate in that. And so I encourage anyone out there who's interested to raise money for a good cause to participate, in that, and make an application to Healthy Start Coalition. And hi, Celia. She's out there listening tonight and watching. Hi, Celia Lucente. So we're talking about people making a difference in the world, and in real estate matters a little bit. I'd like to give a tip. Tonight, I will tell you, if you're a buyer out there and you're looking to buy a home, and you want to put your best foot forward making an offer. So, we all love getting a deal. We all, want the cheapest thing and the best thing. And
you don't tell somebody, hey, look how much more I paid for this.
right? But you also don't want to insult the seller. And, I know buyers are very savvy with what's going on in the market because they watch a lot of HGTV. And that's what I warn the sellers about. You can't pull the wool over their eyes. But put your best foot forward. Your realtor that you're working with will help you with the market to know what's out there and if this is a good price or whatnot. And you want the property, you make sure you make a good offer.
Right.
And that will turn the seller on, not off. And as for sellers, you want to have your home in tip-top shape in order to get the best price possible. And buyers, like I said, are very educated these days. Thanks to HGTV and all of that, the $1 Million Listing shows and all that.
Right.
So you just want to be the shiny penny that gets all the attention and gets picked up by those buyers. And I like to say, be the sexy blonde in the neighborhood.
Ah,
Yes, because, you know, the wow house
Yeah.
gets the wow.
The wow factor.
The wow deal, yeah.
Yes.
So real quickly, I would like to thank my sponsor for the show tonight is TC Palm Home Inspections, owned and operated by Terry and Gary Molka. And TC Palm Home Inspections is right here in the Treasure Coast, and he works all up and down Palm Beach, Martin County, St. Lucie County. And they do everything, home inspections for before you're on the market, during the market process of selling your home, and they do insurance inspections, which include wind mitigation, 4-point inspections, and roof certifications. So Gary Molka is the owner and operator of TC Palm Home Inspections, and you can reach him at 772-678-8133. And check out their website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. So give them a call at 772-678-8133. And if you need to get in touch with me, well, you can find me on Facebook, but my phone number is 772-919-1385. I'm at Coldwell Banker. And on Facebook, I'm at Julia Sansevere, Florida Waterfront Specialist. My website is juliasansevere.com. So you can check those sites out for good articles on buying and selling homes, and also check out my listings. But tonight is an interview, just double wham packed here, with Cheryl Caldwell. She is president of Friends in Pink, and Nicole Renner-Meir and Ellen Snow. They are sponsors of the Stuart Martin Women's Council of Realtors, our 11th annual purse auction called Shades of Pink. Oh, let's see, here we go. I gotta do this. Come on in, Nicole, my pretty lady.
You know, I've got some
Come on
music
in,
before
Ellen.
Richard leaves us. We need to play this music.
Come on in, Cheryl, here you go. Bringing your purses with you, I love it. And put on your headphones. And what do we have?
I'm going to play some music here in a moment here.
Okay.
I'm going to turn off the audio.
Dear Richard,
All right.
happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
to you. That's it. Thank you,
Hey,
Frank.
yeah.
I'm not going
That
to tell you how
was
old I
very
am.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to have cake and ice cream after the show. But anyway, I've got these 3 lovely ladies with me here. We've got some incredible things that. Hi, Shirley. How'd you get through this?
Sorry,
We've got
I have my personal one.
I know Ellen. Ellen has got this beautiful bag with a purse in it. So this is an event that we have once a year, and this is the 11th annual one. And Women's Council of Realtors is the organization that I am president of in Stuart Martin County. It is an offshoot of the National Association of Realtors. It's basically a very nice business association based on networking and referrals for realtors, and it's not for women only, just so everybody knows out there. We do have 10% of our members are male, and because realtors are realtors, we come in male and female flavors. And the point being that to increase your business, it takes knowing people. And we work on the basis of relationship. This is a relationship-based business. So we get to know each other that much better through our association with Women's Council of Realtors. It's in all 50 states. It's the 12th largest business association in the United States for women. And there are over 250 chapters. Now we're called networks. We're now networks, so that's what we do. That's who we are. And we have a couple of fundraisers in the year, and we provide education to our members and, you know, a scholarship program to them when they're a realtor. If they want to get a designation and they're a member of our network, they can do that and then have it paid for. And, you know, because this business is kind of expensive. People out there don't realize we pay a lot in licensing fees, marketing fees, and that kind of thing, all to sell these beautiful homes on the Treasure Coast. And we love it, but, you know, any help we can get is nice along the way. And we like to provide help to our community. So Sandy McAllister, I got to give credit to Sandy. She was the president in 2008, and I was the president in 2009. So this is my second trip. Sandy came back with an idea from the National Association that they had been at Learning How to Be President in Chicago. They go, and she came back with this brilliant idea, a purse auction. We all kind of went, huh? And the first one had maybe 5 to 10 purses in it, right? But it was so much fun. It was just a lunch, and people bid, and it was amazing. Maria Wells, I remember she did a purse that was made up of a cigar box, you know, so they were inventive and creative back then. we've moved up now. We have Michael Kors and all this stuff.
Yeah, kicked it up a notch.
Kicked it
Yeah,
up a notch,
yeah.
right. And in order to make it more fun and more meaningful, we designated a recipient in the community. And, well, hello, October is Breast Awareness Month, so Friends in Pink has become our signatory beneficiary. And we're so happy that Cheryl Caldwell is here with us tonight. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how's everybody doing this evening?
Doing great.
Excellent.
And I'm wearing my pin, my breast cancer awareness pin. We've also got Texas and Florida over there in a little house. So
Yeah.
I'm remembering all
Yeah.
of my friends
Excellent.
and people who have suffered from breast cancer but are survivors. Now they need help with their medical insurance. They are not insured enough, or they don't have it at all. And with the present state of our medical insurance in the United States, this is a great gift to them, I would think.
It really is. Friends in Pink is an organization that was founded in 2005
Right?
around a kitchen table, a very nice kitchen table in Sewell's Point, but it was survivors, it was breast cancer patients, their supporters, and they decided that no one on the Treasure Coast should go without breast cancer treatment. At that time, we helped uninsured women, primarily women, and as a result, we have helped over 250 people on the Treasure Coast survive breast cancer. I say people because we have a number of men that are recipients now. And you might say, well, gee, that doesn't sound like very much until you realize it costs over $356,000 to survive breast cancer on the Treasure Coast. I am originally from New York City, and the amount of money that it costs to survive breast cancer in a major metropolitan area is $685,000.
Whoa.
Any cancer is expensive,
Yeah.
but breast cancer is one of the cancers that you can survive, and if it's detected early. What we basically do is when we find a person that has inadequate health insurance, we basically pay the bills. That's what our bracelets say.
Yeah.
For surgery and treatment, which consists of chemotherapy, radiation, and sometimes medication, so that the most expensive part of breast cancer survival is covered. That's what we
Wonderful.
do.
That's awesome. And how many people have you helped, do you think, in the years that's been, because I was hearing good numbers.
Yes, and you know what, I don't like to overestimate, but I think it's closer to 300, but the
Wow.
number of files, and as I said, it's a humble beginning, so basically it was a folder and it's been lost, but we have records that show it's close to 300 people that we've helped.
That's fantastic, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. And I know Nicole Meir is here, and Ellen Snow, the only snow in Florida, by the way. And Nicole owns and operates Rivercrest Insurance, and Ellen Snow is the on-site representative for Coulter Homes at Canopy Creek. And they are both members of Women's Council of Realtors, and they're our major sponsors. We have two more sponsors who couldn't be here tonight, but they're our signature purse sponsor. And this is the big kahuna. Tell us about it, Nicole and Ellen. What are you showing us?
Well, this is our
Closer.
This is our Michael Kors purse and matching clutch, and inside we will have all kinds of goodies from places like River Pump Cottages,
Yes.
local businesses, a lot of local businesses that donated to help in raising the auction.
The ante.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly, what this
So
will
the-
be, so that we'll have higher
Hundreds
proceeds.
and hundreds of dollars worth of
Yes.
items inside the bag.
That's right.
And the bag alone is worth about 400, I think, at least 500.
Yeah. With the two together are worth over $500.
Over five. Okay, that's
Yep.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
I know my Michael.
And
Kors.
then, yes, you do. And then with everything in it, it has put the value up over almost. We have about $1,500 worth of fun goodies.
Wow.
So-
That's what I'm talking about.
From
baby.
restaurants, salons, Satori Salon,
Okay.
The golf
Yes.
foursome for Monarch.
Oh,
Country
Monarch
Club.
Country Club.
Taste Restaurant,
Okay.
the new
$100.
Kyle G's.
New Kyle
Gotta give a
G's
shout
out on the
to
beach.
Kyle and Darren for
Thank
donating.
you. Our new
Great-
restaurant on the beach.
Great Embellishments, which has donated the a few of the
ornament.
little, the
Yeah.
ornament,
Yes,
scarf,
with
and
the pink
as well.
the pink ribbon.
Exactly, as well as a large tote that they have in the auction as well. And then we have a few other purses whenever you're ready for us to showcase
Oh, yes,
those.
well, I'm just gonna announce, we have a special pink drink, and our sponsors for that are Life Beautifier, Susie Sopko and Jessica Zayak, and White Glove Moving, who's Anna Tillery, Valencia, yeah, I know, I always wanna call her Anna Nicole,
Yeah.
because she's so hot.
She is. She is.
Hi, Anna, if you're out there. And, it says something went wrong, we're having trouble playing this video. Are we still live? Are we still out there? Tell me, folks, out on Facebook. Cause Celia is on, and she says she wants that bag.
That's cute.
And, okay, so where you can go to help, Irene Gomes has just tuned in, and she wants to know where someone could go to help. And she knows a woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer, and the lady's in her early 30s, and she doesn't have insurance. So Cheryl, please chime in.
One of the kind of incredibly sad statistic that we're dealing with now is that we have a number of people diagnosed with breast cancer in their late 20s and early 30s. If you know someone that is diagnosed, the application is on our website, and that is friendsin.pink. You can go there and download and print a blank application. Or if you want to come to our office, there's someone there Tuesday through Thursday from 9 to 2. And you can always reach me at 772-785-8730. I'll repeat it because I always do the same thing. The first thing that I grab, it doesn't write.
Right.
So, okay, the number again
Okay.
is 772
Yes.
785-8730.
Good, thanks. And if you have a pen, and write that down for me, I'll repeat it at the end, or I'll get Cheryl too.
I have a card. I'll share it
Okay,
with everyone.
good.
Can I say a
Please
little
do,
something? Thank you.
please do.
Friends in Pink is private. We have no government funds. We don't depend on that because actually the truth is you can't. So we are funded by generous, very generous and very anonymous donors, grants, and wonderful organizations like yours. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it, and I just want you to know that every penny of what you bring to us will be used to help a recipient. And by the way, I
yeah.
have to tell you something. We have a pig in the office.
Oh.
One of our donors painted a really cool pig. It's pink and white. And if anybody drops any money on the floor, everyone always yells, "You got to feed the pig." And the other day, and we love when guys come in. So the other day, this gentleman dropped a $100 bill on the floor.
Oh.
And of course, I was there because I'm the main fundraiser. When you're the president, you raise the money. I said, "Oh, thank you so much. You have really, really fed the pig." He went, "Excuse me?" And I thanked him, and he thanked us by letting us feed the pig.
That's
So
great.
that goes toward anything and everything. And we essentially become a source of, sadly, someone called and needed to know where the soup kitchen was for a weekend day, or how they can get help with other, electric bills and all that kind of stuff. So we end up being kind of a central
Clearinghouse,
point
yeah.
where we're referring people to resources. So thank you very, very much.
Absolutely, and why I shook this jar is thanks to Lynn Pinkerton, a friend of mine and realtor at Remax, came up with the idea last year that anybody who puts their loose pocket change in one of these mason jars, and we've spread them out around the community of the brokers' offices, and I have one for myself, and so everywhere I go I'm like, spare change, and this goes 100% to Friends in Pink.
Thank you
And
so much.
Absolutely, and last year we were able to raise about just over 2,000 to 2,100 because, we have our event and we have to do our net out of that.
Just
is
from
what you
pocket
do.
change.
Of course.
Just from pocket change.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we have a contest and we make sure that we make it fun for people, that they know that if they really try hard, they could win something. So, you can make it a game and it's everything.
Right.
And just so you know, I just posted the Friends in Pink website on the page for the Martin County Difference. So that's there for you to go to, absolutely. And two things I want to say is, how do you register? Go to www.wcrmartin.com. That's wcrmartin.com. And if you register before Friday this week, you will be entered into a special drawing to win something at the event. And the price is only $30, and it's all for a very good cause. You get a delicious lunch of steak salad. We're going to start off with a butternut squash soup. And then steak salad. Yep. And then we've saved our calories for the end. Chocolate cake.
Wow.
Yeah. Who doesn't love chocolate cake and friends in pink? So
true.
that's going to be great. And we have Ronnie DeChambeau playing saxophone. He's a realtor also at Premier. We have tables of 8 and 10 available. You can go online at wcrmartin.com. You can buy your Chinese auction, the ticket auction. We have the little bag. So we're going to have a live auction with Drew Pittman. He's our auctioneer every year. We love him dearly.
Yeah.
He is so funny and fun. And we also have the silent auction, right?
That's right.
We'll have lots of bags in that group. And we have our Chinese auction. So everybody has a chance to win, because we're going to get tickets at the front door. You can buy a set of the Chinese auction tickets online when you make your reservation. You can reserve for more than one person. You can do the table of 8, the table of 10, and we are filling up, folks. So you want to get quickly to the computer and sign up, because it's really a popular event. And this year
It's fun.
And it is fun. And it's at Yacht and Country Club, and they're located just on Dixie Highway A1A in Stewart. And it's all on our website. You can go to wcrmartin.com, and you will be able to see all the information there about where, when, how much. And make your reservation and take part in something that's really good for the community. And we call it our world famous purse auction. And thanks to Sandy Mack, you know, she really got us kicked off, I should say, do we say kicked off?
Kind of like
Kick-started,
like
thank you,
kick-started.
kick-started.
Yeah.
I got my tongue twisted. So tell us, Nicole, how you got involved, you and Ellen.
Well, I was the first sponsor, and I've continued ever
Yes, you
since,
have.
and asked Ellen
Yes.
years ago, maybe this might be our 5th year
This is our
sponsoring together, and it has been just a pleasure working with her as well. And then a few years ago, that's when they asked us if we would want to do the signature purse, which is the live auction purse that's filled with all the goodies. And so that made it even more spectacular for
Yes.
everybody, and more interesting, and more people, you know, were interested in the event because of that. We've had a few people like Jennifer Atkinson with Remax and
Yes.
Stewart who have bid on that winning purse maybe a few times.
Yeah.
And then we've had from the jars last year, I believe it was Steve Dutcher who won the purse from the jars.
Yes, the jars. We
And
gave
with
away
the
a purse
change.
for the loose
Right.
change. And then he donated it back, which was
That's
amazing.
right.
And we were able to auction it off and make more money for Friends in Pink.
Exactly.
That was
Exactly.
amazing. That was wonderful. So again, the comments are coming in that this is life-saving. Thank you, Cheryl. This is such good information from Beth Ann Algie. She says thank you. And Irene again says about her friend that she had a diagnosis probably over 6 months ago, and her aunt just had breast cancer surgery, and it runs in the family. And it doesn't always have to run in the family, but I'm a little nervous. My Aunt Julia, I'm a namesake for her, she had breast cancer, but she didn't die from it, but you know, she did have it. So it is treatable, thank goodness, if you catch it early.
That's
So
right.
we encourage people to do the breast exam and go and check.
Self-breast exam
Right.
and know your body. And I want
Right.
to encourage men to do the same thing. I have 5 brothers, so I know they're reluctant to go to the doctor. They're reluctant to even talk about their health. But it's much more serious for a man because he simply does not have the tissue, and more often than not, it's identified once it goes into the lungs. Then it's done a thing that's called metastasize, and now your whole body is in jeopardy.
Right.
I also want to emphasize one other item. We started out as an organization that helps the totally uninsured. Because of all the events that have happened in insurance, we help everyone now. We consider everyone. Because anyone that has a $10,000 deductible or an $8,000 deductible, if you're a single mom with 4 or 5 kids and, you know, maybe taking care of an extended family, that's just not doable. So I want to emphasize that, you know, it's better to apply and to talk to us, then say, oh, they can't help me, because we probably can.
Right, great. And what's your phone number again where people
That
can
is
reach out?
772-785-8730. And I also want to emphasize, we are delighted that we started in Martin County. We've made very loyal in Martin County, but we've grown. We also help people in St. Lucie County
Okay.
and Indian River County.
Wonderful. And you have a website, and I did post that, but you're also on Facebook, so it's
Yes.
Friends in Pink.
Yes.
It's a beautiful bouquet, and they have a calendar and all these things, so you can go, you have a big luncheon that you just had.
And it was,
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you, we have to deal with breast cancer, and most of us are survivors or caregivers or supporters. So when we have a party, we have fun. We have big fun.
Yes, yes. Well, speaking of big fun, I just want to show off the next few purses, because
Oh.
we've got our other guests waiting, and it's another good thing going on with the Treasure Coast, the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. Go ahead, Nicole. What do we have?
We have another lovely purse donated by Peggy Hornick
Oh.
at East Coast Mortgage.
Look at the Dolphins. Is that
Go
like the
Dolphins.
Yes,
Yes,
Miami
it's
Dolphins?
our Miami
Go
Dolphins
Dolphins.
purse.
Oh my gosh, go
And,
Dolphins.
and then we have another Michael Kors. This is donated by Kathy Murphy
Oh.
at Ingalls and Volker.
Right.
And
That's
so
lovely.
we thank, these are just a few. We have many, many
Right.
other donations from many other businesses and real estate companies, and we do need more.
Yeah, we do. We
So-
need a few more purses. We're a little bit low. We know we've had the hurricane, and everybody's had their brain scrambled from all these things going on, and we're donating across the country to people who are hurricane victims and flood victims and fire victims. And everybody's so wonderful to keep reaching down wherever you can find it. But you know, go through your closet, and these are new and gently used bags. And I'd like to stress, it's not just purses. You can do a man bag for a computer or laptop, that kind of thing, a golf bag, beach bag with towels in it, and you know, kind of a cute beach theme. Also, toolkit bag, you know, or portable, like a belt. My husband would love that if I brought him something like that.
I like the purse.
Yeah, he likes the purse. Okay.
We have a beautiful pink
Fish tackle
golf
bag.
bag.
And what do you have?
We have that beautiful
Oh,
pink.
golf
that
bag.
bright
Yeah, the
pink
beautiful
golf
bright
bag.
pink
That's
golf
gorgeous.
bag. And just a real quick shout out to some of the people who have assisted us so far. This is the flyer, and you can go to wcrmartin.com. That's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty?
That's beautiful.
This
That's
one is
pink.
donated by Katie Bourgeois Relay.
Oh my goodness.
Junior Black.
And she is right now out at sea learning how to be president next year. I'm so happy.
Take the reins from
Yeah.
Julia.
Yes, she is. She's our president-elect, and she'll be back in time. But what I wanted to say is that Lynn Pinkerton, this is a joint effort, and it's not for realtors only, but we started it. It's for the public, and I know a lot of my Women's Club of Stewart friends are coming to it, so I'm excited about that. But Lynn Pinkerton, you know, we've just had a wonderful Shelley Hammer, Nicole, Lori Bloomer. I'm going to name these people: Celia Lucente, Katie Bourgeois, Ellen Snow, right here, Bill Dean from In the Shade, Tara Beek from the Real Estate Book. Oh, and she designed this beautiful flyer. We've got to give a shout out to Tara.
Love
about
that.
Thanks,
Love
Tara.
that
And
flyer.
Sherry
Yes.
Spears Green, she's
Yes.
our amazing guru behind the scenes for the computer
She's
and the
awesome.
reservations.
Real tech girl.
Charlie Holmes, Lauren Betzinger, Stephanie Rosansky is working on our program. That's so nice. Roz DeGraff is helping us. She's getting us donated flower centerpieces from Country Club Florist.
It's great.
It's going to be spectacular. And our men in the group are going to be our models. We have Bill Dean and Charlie Holmes and one more.
Maybe Bob.
Randy Ducote.
Oh, good.
Randy from Wells
Yes.
Fargo. And so we are just going to have a big time. And I probably didn't name everybody, but I'll be thanking them there. So come to the cabaret. So come and have a good time, and go to wcrmartin.com quickly, and before Friday, if you log on and make a reservation, you're in for a big drawing. Well, a drawing. But I know what it is, so I think it'll be exciting for people. And there are other drawings and things happening. So thanks to my sponsors, Ellen Snow and Nicole Meir, and thank you, Cheryl Caldwell from Friends in Pink.
My pleasure.
And I really appreciate you coming tonight and sharing this wonderful knowledge. This is really valid, important, great stuff. And we are so happy to participate and help Friends in Pink continue to grow and do the good work that you're doing. People
And
need
we
you.
appreciate everything everyone does in our community.
Yeah.
We're so grateful for
Yeah,
you.
we have a
Thank
good
you.
community.
We
Yeah,
have,
Thank you
we have
so
a great
much.
Definitely.
community.
And so thank you, and I will ask you to allow the next shift of our guest of the show to come in. And thank you for
Absolutely.
being here.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
us.
gorgeous. All
Julia,
gorgeous.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Such a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Thank
And
you.
so nice to meet
Perfect.
you, Cheryl. We'll see you at the luncheon.
Yes, you will.
And everybody wear pink. It's a pink day.
Thank you.
Pink and chocolate, what more could we want?
And
Wow.
chocolate, we'll have some chocolate, and we've just got lots of purses. So,
That
my
was
next
fun,
guest-
Julia, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Are from the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. And they are having some exciting events coming up, and we'll be talking about that. But Tammy Calabria, she's the executive director. And then Kelly Dukowski is coming in, and she is on the board, and she's in charge of the Monster Mash. They have a 5K Monster Mash. This is their second annual one, and it's coming up Friday, October 27th. But prior to that, Friday, October 20th, is a trick or treat fun event. Hi, Tammy, come on in. Hi, Kelly, come on in and sit down, put your ears on. And we've got plenty of time left to talk about your events coming up and what's going on. And, and that's another thing I want to ask everybody to like these pages. Go to the pages for Friends in Pink and go to the page for the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast on Facebook and like them. Go to their websites, find out more about them. Donate, because volunteers are needed and also donations are needed, because these are 501c3 organizations, and that's one thing I like to make sure I mention at least once during the show, is that this is all volunteer based. And hi, Tammy.
Hi, Julia.
Step up to the mic. Yep.
How are you doing?
I'm good. And hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Hi. And Kelly's at RE/MAX, so she's a realtor. So you know you can throw a stick and you'll hit a realtor around here in Martin County.
That's
what
very
we-
true.
So I'm so glad you could be here tonight. And I had Tammy here the last time, first time, and that was your first Monster Mash.
It was
Right?
with Sally Stetson.
And Sally was here. Hi, Sally. I hope you're out there tonight. And thanks to Jennifer Atkinson-Lovett for sharing this out there on Facebook. She's so proud of you, Kelly, for being a part of this and being, on the board. And you're the chair for the Monster Mash. You want to tell us about that? The dash, the 5K dash.
Yep, the Monster Dash.
Monster Mash, 5K dash.
The Monster Dash is a family-friendly 5K that is Friday night, October 21st, over at the museum.
20th.
27th.
27th.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
27th.
speeding it up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut my runner's training short.
That's right. The 27th.
27th.
So a week from this Friday.
This Friday.
Right.
Yes. You can see we're a little excited.
Yeah.
So the route will go up into the neighborhood around the museum. We have cotton candy, bounce houses, snow cones, plenty of stuff to keep the kids occupied. Kids can run, parents can run. We do have the Spooky Sprint, which is just for kids.
I love that.
So
The
if
Spooky
the
Sprint.
kids don't feel like they can do the 3.1 miles that a 5K is,
Yes.
then we've got a race just for them. Costumes are welcome.
Good. And then, on the 20th, that's this coming Friday, that's the costume contest, right? And you're having snacks and things like that? And that's 4:30? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock to 6:30?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will have a costume contest at the end of the evening.
Right.
We will have all of the exhibits. We'll have a host handing out candy so you can trick or treat through the museum. We'll have arts and crafts and some fun things and snacks set up for everyone to enjoy. It's a really popular event, and it's only $4, and members are free.
That's fantastic. And that's going to be games and trick or treat. And so, who doesn't love trick or treat?
And the costumes are so creative. It is just fantastic to see what our community can come up with.
And so, moms and dads and kids can all wear costumes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right. This is not age specific. This is just human beings having fun.
Exactly.
And then, just real quickly, I saw something else that you're having on November 3rd. The next Friday after the Dash is November 3rd, and that's at 5:30 p.m. It sounds so interesting. It's Patrick Smith's Florida, A Land Remembered. And that's a fundraiser, a benefit for the museum, right?
It is a fundraiser. It's being sponsored by Nina Ferraro and Jennifer Waters.
Ooh,
So they are
nice.
sponsoring that event for us, and it falls so in line with our mission If for anyone who hasn't been to the Children's Museum, we do have a 56-foot Spanish galleon, and that gallery
Yeah, that's cool.
is focusing on our rich Florida history, which this is all about, and aligns right with what our messaging is in that room. We have future exhibits to come in that room, but he has a great following. It's only $15 per person. It probably will sell out. He always sells out.
Yeah, it's limited. It's limited space and capacity, right?
Yep.
And the phone number is 772-225-7575, extension 208, right?
Yes, so if you want to reserve your tickets, or if you want to RSVP to reserve your spot and pay at the door, you can do either one. You can either pay over the phone, or you can go online to the Children's Museum website, www.childrensmuseumtc.org.
Right.
There is a tab on our donate page where you can go ahead and purchase your tickets and reserve your spot that way too.
Oh, good. And definitely go to the website, because you've got a whole calendar, of things coming up. And the Facebook page is great. So
Yes.
the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast on Facebook. And then the website again is childrensmuseumtc.org. And they're located on Indian River Drive. If you don't know that by now, you're not from here, I guess. But, and that's okay if you're not from here, because guess what? We're special. We are the only ones with a children's museum for miles and miles and miles around,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And that was started by the Junior League of Martin County, which I'm a member of. And it was before my time here, but I was a Junior League member in New York City, and then I transferred here. But the best thing about it is that, this was a need discovered in the community, that there just wasn't enough for kids to do. We are the land of retirement here. So, but there are children and grandchildren, because we also have the best schools, practically. A-rated schools in Martin County.
And can I just brag on Tammy a little bit?
Absolutely, please do.
So Tammy has done a wonderful job as executive director of putting together programs that reach out into the community. So, our museum is not just the standing building where you come and play for a couple hours.
Right.
She has worked really hard in giving back to the community and sending the museum out into the schools.
Nice. And
Thank you, Kelly.
what are some of the things you've done like that? Let's talk about that.
We have a few traveling exhibits, so we have partnered with the Junior League.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
our Eyes Indian exhibit has been for the fourth graders who are learning about Florida history. We've been doing that program, I think we started it 13 years ago, and it's still running 13 years later. The schools love it. It falls in line with their fourth grade curriculum throughout the year, so it's a great program. So we take that into the schools. We have math programs, we have science programs, we have environmental programs, we have recycling programs. So
that's great.
for those schools that are challenged with the cost of transportation, we are in the classrooms in the schools, but we're also bringing the schools to us. So they'll come for a structured field trip, and they pick 4 exhibits to go through. And
I love, because you have the post office, you have
Yes.
the grocery store.
we have the grocery store.
I love the grocery store.
We have our Remax Cracker House. We have a Toddler Beach. We have a vet clinic, which is sponsored by the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast. And so we're just so appreciative of all the support of our business community, partners like Remax of Stewart and Kelly and all the agents there, and everywhere else. So.
Yeah. And the thing is, they have a children's museum in Houston, where I'm from, and that's pretty cool. And that was my first, visual on I was like, a children's museum? What? It is just adorable.
I didn't know you could put kids in a museum.
But I'm Frank. Thank you. I know. It's like what do they have? Little tiny exhibits? No, it's things that relate to a kid's world, and I just thought, well, that is brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
It really is, and they'll learn about art soon enough. But well, besides the galleon, do you have a part? Because I haven't been there in a while. A part where there's art, or is it just those kind of hands-on displays of things?
We do have in our theater, the children's theater, we have art projects. We have drop-in workshops every Wednesday, which are art-based projects.
Okay.
And they usually center around the seasons, but they're also learning something while they're creating the art, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
have
and the
our
crafts.
children's garden, which is a lot of fun too.
Well, that's what I mean. Art comes in different forms.
Well,
And you can learn an art or a skill, and it might be that you become the next person to discover the best peanut or something, you know? It's like, I mean, the world is their oyster and the sky's the limit, and I think that's so cool, because when I was little, you know, not that long ago, you know, going to a place where you could do arts and crafts was just always a welcome, you know, treat.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not
Yeah.
schoolwork.
Right.
It's like using your imagination.
Yeah.
You get to play.
Little diversion.
Lots
Yeah.
of diversion.
Yeah.
And so, you know, whether it's finger painting or doing, you know, crafts with glue guns and things like that. But, you know, and coming up with their own crafts, probably, you know, like, do they do that?
We really encourage imagination. We put out a model of what we envision them creating, and it is just amazing. They go
Beyond.
10 steps beyond
Yeah.
what we show them as the example, and they are so creative. And we really encourage everyone to disconnect from all technology when they
Yeah.
enter the museum. We encourage the kids to be the tour guides. A lot of the narrative boards that are up on the wall, we tell the parents, look, you know, the more you're involved, the more you're going to have fun here too. So once the kids drag them up and say, what does this say? You know, explain this to me, or, you know, help me with this, they never sit back down. So it's really refreshing to see that quality family time that people are actually coming and spending with their children.
And it's something that every age can enjoy and do. Grandparents bringing their visiting grandchildren, you know, and you can do memberships. Let's talk about the memberships available.
We have family memberships. The month of December, we always offer a 10% off all of the memberships, but at our events now, we're actually offering 20% off. So when you come to things like Fall Fest that we have in November, and you come to the trick or treat, we're always offering these kind of pop-up sales. We were part of the Museum Live recently, and we offered $75 memberships that day, and you know, just to really have people engaged annually instead of just a one-time visit. It's really worth coming back. We have grandparent memberships that start at $85. It includes the grandparents and all the grandchildren. You can add a caregiver onto a family membership, so you could add a grandparent on for $10.
That's great.
We also have a reciprocal program, so you can get half off children's museums throughout the country, 150 of them, for an additional $10. So if you're going to Houston, or you're going to Phoenix, or you're going out of town, Boston, all the children's museums, for the most part, are on that reciprocal program.
Oh, that's a fantastic benefit.
Wow.
So join one, join them all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that really makes a difference. That's kind of like the national parks, you know. It's
Yeah.
like get to go to all of them. It's a park
Right.
pass.
Right.
So that's a really great deal. Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been on the board, Miss Kelly?
I think it's been a little over a year now at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have children who go to the museum?
I do. I have a 10 and an 11-year-old,
Oh.
and my 11-year-old is almost 12. He's
Okay.
he's gonna turn 12 next week. And you know what's funny is that I used to take them all the time when they were little, because it was great, because they could run around and you know they were occupied for a few minutes. And so now when I go to the museum, a lot of times I'm going for meetings or I'm going to drop something off, and they come with me. And they always come with the iPad in hand. Oh, okay, Mom, you're going to do your meeting, and I'm going to sit, and I'm going to just play on the iPad. And that lasts for all of 30 seconds. And then I'll find them in the Publix playing.
Right, the little play Publix. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll find Sarah, my daughter, back, you know, in the vet clinic. And it's like the iPads, I didn't have to tell them to leave them in the car. I didn't have to tell them to put them down. They just magically kind of disappear. In fact, some of the times we're hunting for them.
Where'd you put that iPad?
Because suddenly they are distracted with something that's not technology, and imagination has kicked in, and it's wonderful.
It really is. I mean, it's a great thing that we have the technology, but it's really nice. I just was hearing something on the radio today about turning off. There's a turn off switch now that the Apple phone is going to have, and it's like family time is now. So turn off and no disturbances, and you need at least 30 minutes, and it's like an automatic timer thing. And like, what a great idea, you know. But we are addicted to these little devices, you know. I know I am.
Yeah.
And you and I, we're in real estate. We have to have it.
I know.
You know?
I know, and I hate sometimes that that's my excuse, and then I realize that's really what it is. It's kind of an excuse. Because have you seen the lockers at McDonald's?
No.
So I guess they've started overseas with these lockers so when families come in to eat,
Maybe that's what I heard about.
You can lock your phone so that the family can eat together and talk and
Okay.
have family time.
That's
and
what I
can't
was
get to
hearing
their
about.
phones.
I thought it was a lock in the
Wow.
phone. Okay, that's what I heard, and I just couldn't hear the whole thing. So it's at McDonald's. Well, what do you know?
Well, I think they should totally do your Apple idea, so you might want to call Apple and sell that.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. Shh, it's my idea. Yeah, no, it really is true. I mean, remember when our parents would tell us, put the book down, no reading at the table.
Mhm.
We would be glad if our kids read a book at the table
Yeah.
now, or read any
Yes.
book, you know. And I had the authors on here last week. They're going to be at the Women's Club of Stewart tomorrow on Thursday from 3 to 5, a novel approach to literacy. And they're adults, you know, they've written books. But that's the thing, is that it's so nice to know people are still writing books and they're still reading books.
Mhm.
We haven't lost that art completely. You know, that's an art too.
Yeah.
And it would be nice. Do you have a literary kind of art thing? Do they ever have creative writing there?
We do creative writing exercises, but we're trying to work with the Library Foundation to
Ah.
have a mobile library at the Children's Museum, so you could actually check books out, so we would be an extension of the library.
What a great
So
idea!
That's a wish.
Yeah,
ours.
and that's bringing the museum to the community for sure in a different way. That's wonderful. Oh, I think that's a great idea. And, the bookstores, I'll never forget walking into a bookstore recently up in the Treasure Coast. I think it was Barnes & Noble up the road. And an author from Hobe Sound was up there reading her book. It was a children's book, and she was reading it to the children there. And I'm like, I'll be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a local author right here published, and beautiful books. And I ended up, of course, buying all her books that day because of all my great nieces and nephews. She found a sucker in me. No, but they're really good, good books. They really were beautifully illustrated. And she lives right here in Hobe Sound. Yeah. So what's next for the museum? What's coming up? Any capital campaigns? We need to raise money. What's going on?
Next is our launch for, which we're calling the Big 300.
Okay.
It is being led by Mark Palumbi and his wife. They're the faces of the campaign. They are going to try and encourage 300 people to donate $1,000 so we can get an anchor exhibit that will attach to the top deck of the ship. It'll be a 3-story climbing structure, which is going to cost about $300,000. So that's, but the overall campaign is a $2 million campaign because we have 5 anchor exhibits that we still do want to put
Right.
in the Bank of America Explorer Gallery.
Okay, cool.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Something that I've learned over the year that I've spent with the Children's Museum. When I first joined the board, I had no idea how expensive these exhibits were. It's
Yeah.
the type of thing when it's like, I kind of would be of the mindset of, why can't we put a playground in? They have them at Walmart for $500.
Yeah.
And I've learned these, because of the use
Yeah.
that these exhibits get, they are incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
So they really do take a lot of fundraising for us to be able to get a new exhibit.
Yeah. Free to the public, but not
Right.
free to get.
And
Yeah.
it's funny, Sally Stetson pointed out a very cute fact today that we've had 450,000 children come through. We're going to be 10 years old next year. So times that by 2, and that's how many little hands, 900,000
Oh,
little
gosh.
hands, have played with these exhibits over the last 10 years. So
Wow.
it's a constant maintenance, and as you know,
Yeah.
kids can be brutal
Oh my
as
gosh.
they play.
Yeah,
so.
they'll break it. Yeah, that's quite a concept. Sally, thank you. She's good with numbers.
Yeah, she is.
She's
She is.
been doing real estate quite a while here. And I just want to thank my guest. We're going to wrap up here. We have had a great show with Friends in Pink and the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. And I want to thank Tammy Calabria and Kelly Dukowski here with the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. Look for their events coming up. This coming Friday, the costume contest and crafts for $4 a person, members free, at 4 o'clock that afternoon. Then the big thing is the October 27th, the dash, the Monster Dash, the
Yep.
5K.
Come work off that candy.
That's right, that's right.
Go to Run Sign Up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's right here, runsignup.com. Okay, and also go on their website and go on their page and on Facebook and like it, and you can see all the information there. And the interesting thing, November 3rd at 5:30 is a Land Remembered, the $15, the benefit. So you want to get involved in that and do that. And thanks to Friends in Pink, to Cheryl Caldwell and Nicole Meir and Ellen Snow for coming on and sharing all that great information. Remember, you can still donate purses, and thanks to Celia Lucente, who asked, what's the latest date we can donate? Well, it's tomorrow, Thursday, but we'll still take them till the 20th. But we are organizing them on the 20th, and then we're having our dry run through on the 23rd, and boom, before you know it, Wednesday's here. So, and some great shows coming up. Next week, I've got Christina Stamper from Madison's Miracles and Suzanne Connors, plus local artists from Martin County Open Studio Tour. And not to be believed, I've got live on site, I'll be with Starstruck on November 1st at the Starstruck Theater. So thanks to everybody tonight. Thank you to my sponsor, Gary Molka, TC Palm Home Inspections. Thank you, Frank. Oh, the Monster Mash, I love it. And thank you to my husband, and thank you to the audience out there on the radio, on Facebook, and out on internet land. Please tune in, watch the listen to the podcast on iTunes, like the show, like all of my guests' pages, and thank you for tuning into the Martin County Difference. I'll see you next week. The Monster Mash. Happy Halloween! But I'll see you before then. Spooky!
Yes.
The ghouls all came from their humble abode to get her killed from my electrode.
I find all these good music right away. You know, it doesn't have to look very
I love
far.
that.
What's that?
I said you're very good at coming up with your good music.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes my job fun.
Yeah, Pete played the music. Okay. I agree. I didn't turn it on.